Hey everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, we re-tackling a French patisserie classic that looks super fancy, but is totally achievable at home. The perfect éclair. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be piping and glazing like a pro. We'll break it down into 3 simple parts: the choux, pastry, the creamy vanilla filling, and that shiny chocolate glaze. Ready to impress your friends and family? Let's get baking. First up, the choux pastry. This is the foundation of our éclair, and it's surprisingly simple. In a saucepan over medium heat, combine 1 cup of water, half a cup of unsalted butter, a tablespoon of sugar, and a pinch of salt. Bring it to a boil, making sure the butter is completely melted. Once it's boiling, take it off the heat and dump in 1 cup of all-purpose flour all at once. Grab a wooden spoon and stir vigorously. It's going to look like a shaggy mess at first, but keep stirring. Put the pan back on low heat and continue to stir for about 2 minutes. You're basically cooking the flour. You'll know it's ready when the dough pulls away from the sides of the pan and forms a smooth bowl. There might be a thin film on the bottom of the pan, and that's a good sign. Now, transfer this hot dough ball into the bowl of your stand mixer, or just a large bowl if you're using a hand mixer. Let it cool down for about 5 to 10 minutes. We don't want to scramble our eggs. Once the dough is just warm to the touch, it's time to add the eggs. We'll need 4 large eggs. Add them 1 at a time, beating well after each addition. Make sure each egg is fully incorporated before you add the next one. The dough will look like it's separating at first, but just keep mixing, and it will come back together into a smooth, glossy paste. The final consistency should be thick enough to hold its shape, but soft enough to pipe. A good test is to lift your beater. The dough should form a V shape that slowly drips off. Now for the fun part, piping. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper. Transfer your choux pastry into a piping bag fitted with a large round or star tip. Pipe the dough into 4 to 5 inch long logs, leaving about 2 inches of space between each one because they will puff up. To get rid of any little points on top, just wet your finger with a bit of water and gently pat them down. Now, pop them into the preheated oven. Bake for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. Then, without opening the oven door, reduce the temperature to 350 degrees or 175 Celsius and bake for another 20 to 25 minutes. They should be golden brown, crisp, and sound hollow when you tap them. This two-temperature baking process is key to getting them to rise properly and dry out inside. Once they're done, turn off the oven, crack the door open slightly, and let them cool inside for about 30 minutes. This helps prevent them from collapsing. While our éclair shells are cooling, let's make the delicious vanilla pastry cream. In a saucepan, heat up 2 cups of whole milk with a vanilla bean that you've split. Or you can just use a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Bring it to a gentle simmer, then turn off the heat and let the vanilla infuse for about 15 minutes. In a separate bowl, whisk together for egg yolks and half a cup of sugar until they're pale and fluffy. Then, whisk in a 1/4 cup of cornstarch until it's smooth. Now, we need to temper the eggs. Slowly pour about half of the warm milk into the egg mixture while whisking constantly. This gently raises the temperature of the eggs so they don't curdle. Once that's combined, pour the egg mixture back into the saucepan with the rest of the milk. Turn the heat to medium and cook, whisking constantly, until the cream thickens and starts to bubble. Let it bubble for 1 minute, still whisking, to cook out the cornstarch flavor. Remove the pastry cream from the heat and stir in 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter until it has melted and smooth. Strain the cream through a fine mesh sieve into a clean bowl to catch any little bits and ensure it is silky smooth. Press a piece of plastic wrap directly onto the surface of the cream to prevent the skin from forming, and then chill it in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours, or until it's completely cold and set. Alright, our shells are cool, and our pastry cream is chilled. It's assembly time. To fill the éclairs, you have a couple of options. My favorite method is to poke 3 small holes in the bottom of each éclair shell with a small piping tip or a skewer, 1 at each end and 1 in the middle. Then, put your chilled pastry cream into a piping bag with a small round tip. Stick the tip into each hole and gently squeeze until the éclair feels heavy and full. You'll feel it plump up in your hand. Finally, the grand finale. The chocolate glaze. In a microwave-safe bowl, combine 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips with 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup. The corn syrup is our secret for that beautiful, professional-looking shine. Microwave in 30-second bursts, stirring in between until the chocolate is melted and smooth. Be careful not to overheat it. Let the glaze cool slightly so it's not too runny. Then, take a filled éclair, hold it by the sides, and carefully dip the top into the chocolate glaze. Lift it up and let any excess drip off. You can tilt it a bit to help coat it evenly. Place the glazed éclair back on your baking rack and repeat with the rest. Let them sit for about 30 minutes for the glaze to set. And there you have it. Beautiful, homemade éclairs that taste even better than they look. The crisp shell, the creamy vanilla filling, and that rich chocolate top. It's pure perfection. Thanks so much for baking with me today. I hope you feel confident to try these yourself. If you do, let me know how they turn out in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more delicious recipes. See you next time.